It's easy to get stuck doing what you've always done. The same processes, the same technologies, the same results. Maybe that's okay, or what? But in today's... Sorry. Okay, where was I? But in today's world of digital transformation and constant disruption, good enough can quickly become not enough. When problems interrupt... Okay, let's try again. When problems interrupt your routine, are you free to succeed? Or are you held back by things you should rely on? Data, workflows, and systems. Maybe it's...
Could you please be quiet?
Maybe it's time to rethink your plans, revise your approach, and revitalize your operations to better equip yourself for the unexpected. Because change is inevitable. It can open doors to new opportunities, untapped potential, and bring with it growth never before possible. And it's not waiting for you. Are you ready to disrupt the disruption?
Please join me in welcoming Stephen Cost.
Good morning, everyone. Anybody stay up all night with their Vegas Knights jersey on? Probably more likely. How many of you are in your room by 10 o'clock, right? Me as well. All right. Well, look, it's great to be here. I hope your week is off to a good start. Today, I'm addressing 3 of our summits: the digital defense, the future of public safety, and geospatial asset management. And these 3 summits combined to deal with some of the biggest challenges that we face today: safety in our communities, national security, and the resilience and sustainability of critical infrastructure. And while these cover a really broad array of ground, they all have something in common. It's that we deal with disruption. Your jobs, your industries, and the systems that you rely on are all being affected by a ever-accelerating change. Workplaces are transforming, and problems are becoming more complex, and technology continues to accelerate each and every day. And in this environment, what you really need to be asking yourself is, when change comes, am I ready? And that's what the summits this week at HxGN Live are really all about, and helping you ask the right questions so that you can...
May I have your attention, please? There has been a temporary disruption in power. Please stand by. Backup power is being restored.
So I hope this is a quick fix. Okay. So apparently we've had a temporary loss of power. It should be restored just momentarily. We had a blown transformer in the venue next door.
Hello, I'm John Smith, the GM here at Caesars Forum. As many of you may have seen or heard, they're filming the Ocean's 14 movie here and knocked out our power.
Are you sure Danny Ocean's not trying to pull another fast one?
No. Apparently, it was a reckless driver in a white BMW that forced one of the film trucks to hit a power pole around the corner. And if anybody has seen George Clooney, apparently he's gone missing from the set.
George Clooney.
Any ideas?
Well, hey, I think we can help. But I need some expertise from our team. So who do we have out there? I need somebody that can help us with our dispatch system. Chris Barrett, can you come up and help? I also need somebody to work across, multiple organizations. So I think Kaylin Sims, you can help me with some of that. We're going to need some mapping expertise. Mladen Stojic, certainly nobody knows more than you. And with our new acquisition, we're going to have security cameras in play, and so I'd like to ask Jeremy Howard to come up. He's our resident security expert. Please welcome these guys to the stage.
Really?
All right, so
Serious.
as you can tell, we've created a series of incidents to highlight the challenges that you face when normal routines are disrupted and how innovation can come into play. So throughout this response scenario, I'm going to step in and out and act as the narrator. And also we'll have a tracker that's going to show some of the technologies of hexagons that we're using throughout this scenario. All right, Kaylin, are you guys ready?
Are you ready, Chris? The scene sounds pretty bad. The good news is the city's dispatch system is in the cloud, so you can access it right here on this Caesar stage. And the cloud also enables us to scale up system resources really easily if we need to add more users. So go ahead, log in, alert police, fire, and EMS.
Got it. I'm pulling up dispatch. Okay, so I'm entering an event into the system. It looks like we have an accident with possible injuries involving live power lines. It's at the intersection of Winnick Avenue and South Koval Lane. Now I'm seeing which units are available, so I can dispatch the nearest units and get help to the potential victims as quickly as possible.
All right, it looks like all the units have acknowledged, and they'll be routed to the scene using the city's map data, which helps us plot the best route possible.
Hey guys, incident management's also underway here at the forum. Security team has initiated a prepackaged workflow for power loss. So that does a few things for us. It unlocks the exit doors, it displays some critical video, and it also launched those PA announcements that we heard. So the incident response is in play for both public safety and security.
Okay, so I'm going to pause here and explain a little about what's going on. Because incident management is at the heart of this scenario, we're getting things started with our on-call solutions. On-call dispatch is our computer-aided dispatch that's available both on-prem and in the cloud. And agencies can manage calls for service like 911 and 112 to bring all of the appropriate responders on the scene. And our on-call dispatch mobile application extend to the officer or to the fireman in the field with a tablet or a smartphone, really giving police, fire, and EMS the necessary data and tools they need to respond effectively. On-call dispatch will be used mostly throughout the scenario when dispatchers and responders are being used. And on the incident management side, at the conference center, we're using Cognify. Cognify is a company we purchased earlier this year, and their product, one of their products, Cognify Situator, was used to dispatch the security teams. It's a prepackaged solution that integrates with core technologies that are deployed throughout facilities and campuses like universities or schools, and it also has tools to configure your workflows. All right, back to the incident.
That is really impressive, Stephen. But we still haven't found Clooney yet.
Does he happen to drive a white BMW by any chance?
Well, it wouldn't be the first time he and his Oceans crew blacked out a casino.
Hey guys, we've got more information on the BMW here.
So what do you got, Kaylin?
All right, it looks like we've just received a report in the citizen reporting portal. There was an attempt at robbery near a liquor store right near the scene of the accident. Chris, we've got a vehicle description, we've got a suspect description. Can you go ahead and bring the portal up on the big screen so we can keep an eye out for additional citizen alerts? Citizens are often our best resource for real-time intelligence. Okay, it looks like the suspect fled in a white BMW, license plate number 9CCV318. Chris, can you run that plate number in the on-call record system? Go ahead and run the suspect description. Let's see if they have any prior incidents. The beauty of on-call records is it is a data warehouse of criminal history, so we can easily assess links between the suspect, the vehicle, and any prior incidents.
I just queried the tag, and that vehicle was actually reported stolen early this morning. The integrated query tool makes it really easy to receive data from multiple sources. Oh, and also, the suspect's description matches a string of robberies that we've had in the area in the last couple weeks.
All right. In that case, let's go ahead and issue a be on the lookout or BOLO alert for the stolen vehicle and for the suspect. It'll go out to all the local first responders. In fact, go ahead and send that alert over to the Real-Time Crime Center.
So guys, it looks like this is getting pretty complicated. Chris, could you perhaps set up a collaboration space so we could basically pull everyone together? So as you can see here, we have a lot of moving pieces and parts playing out in this scenario. We have a power outage, we have a missing actor, and we also have a suspect in a stolen BMW. Now, with multiple agencies involved in this particular situation, we need to be able to quickly share all of the changing details with all of those participating and being active participants in this incident. By creating this specific collaboration space, we can now bring together local police, fire, EMS, the Real-Time Crime Center, the utility company, as well as the Department of Transportation, and that's very powerful.
All right, so here we used on-call records, another key technology within our on-call portfolio. It's also available in the cloud. These record management systems serve as really the repository for all the incident-related data, the criminal histories, and many other things. In our new on-call citizens record portal, reporting portal, we were able to run the citizen tip and run the plates and realize that the vehicle was actually stolen. We also researched the subject's identification through the on-call records and learned that he was, in fact, linked to many robberies. We then went with HxGN Connect. It's our platform for data sharing and collaboration, and we're using Connect because now we're trying to go across multiple agencies, not just police, fire, and EMS, but also across many, transportation, utilities. It's cloud-based, so it's easy to really expand and add more people to it. HxGN Connect will also be used throughout the rest of our story.
All right, team, let's see if we can get eyes on this suspect. Chris, can you pull up the VMS into the collaboration space? We can manage the hundreds of cameras that are here at the forum, but we can also manage the thousands of cameras that may be deployed across the city. And you know what? I'm going to pull up the license plate recognition module on my app here, and let's see if we can't search the cameras at intersections, see if we can't get a hit on that car. But what's really cool about it is we can actually search for make, model, and color if we didn't even have his license plate. So let's see if we can analyze that metadata from the video streams and get some video pop-ups. Let's see what we can find here. See if we can't get a hit. Oh, we got it. And we have that car at the intersection of Lake and 45th Street.
All right, excellent. Chris, go ahead and send that location information over to dispatch and the police. And you know what? Go ahead and get in the HxGN Connect collaboration space, and let's update all the organization of what's going on. It occurs to me the conference center security team is not in Connect yet, so go ahead and let's add them. It should be really easy because Connect is a managed service in the cloud. All they have to do is subscribe to it as a service.
I'm on it. The AI in the dispatch system has flagged that the location of the fleeing vehicle is actually related to our original incident, so responders are already on the way.
That is fantastic. Smart Advisor Assistive AI did its job. It analyzed data from thousands of incidents, and it made that connection. I mean, this is what saves lives, my friends. So it can help dispatchers who operate in stressful environments, as many of you know, and help with the overall emergency response.
All right, so I'm going to stop it again here. This time we're using another Cognify technology, and it's the video management system that gives us the citywide camera views. It has tools for managing, recording, and investigating all different types of video. It also has embedded analytics capabilities, and one of those we saw was license plate recognition. And once we sent that to dispatch, the assistive AI tool called Smart Advisor is working in the background, and it examines the data both in on-call dispatch and everything that's being collected in Connect. And it proactively alerts users when it finds patterns or trends or anomalies in the data. It's really a first in our industry.
You know, Chris, let's go ahead and send that AI alert to the Real-Time Crime Center as well. I know they're tracking this incident and all the related string of robberies. Now, let's listen in for an update from our public safety teams.
All units respond to the area of westbound Lake and 45th. Reference suspect vehicle in a robbery. Vehicle is a white, late model BMW, license plate 9, Charles Baker 138. Reported stolen this morning out of Henderson. Suspect should be considered armed and dangerous.
Unit 531 dispatch. We're in pursuit of that BMW. Suspect now heading southbound on 37th Avenue, requesting air support.
Dispatch, Air 1, respond to assist patrol units in pursuit of a white, late model BMW traveling southbound on 37th Avenue.
Here and then over there.
Hey, Kaylin, do you have an update? What's the status of the accident scene?
Oh, that's right, the accident scene. All right. It looks like the utility crews are almost there. The police have redirected traffic. And the Department of Transportation was notified in the Connect collaboration space to update the traffic signal timing to help better manage the flow of traffic around the scene of the accident. So it looks like the scene is under control. Let's check back in on the actual pursuit.
So by looking at the map, it appears that there are several cameras close to the chase. Can we quickly define an area of interest of that particular region? And what we want to do is basically draw a smart shape, or what we call a geofence, to basically isolate that area. And by doing that, it'll only show the assets that are effective. What this then enables us to do is focus on going directly to those assets, so we ultimately get a speedy implementation done and remove any noise or distractions that may prevent us from doing our jobs. Let's take a look and see what we could find. Anything?
No, I don't see it.
Let's see if this one shows us anything.
Hey, there he is. There's Clooney right there.
There he is. There he is.
Okay, well, I guess us techies solved the case of the missing actor. I think that deserves a little applause. Yeah.
Good job, guys. Good job.
So as I said before, HxGN Connect helps us track multi-organizational responses. And so in this case, everything from first responders to utility to the transportation crews. And it provides one unified place for the units to really interact with the maps and focus and interact with each other's teams, like we did with the different data sources and the way they were able to find that missing actor. All right?
I've updated the workflows to let security know we found Clooney.
And I can dispatch the closest police unit. It looks like there's an officer on foot patrol nearby. I've sent the event to her mobile app, and I also attached an image of Clooney from your video feed. And it looks like she's acknowledged on the app, and she has walking directions to Clooney's location.
Okay, that's great. We've got Clooney under control, but I think we ought to be checking back in on the suspect in the BMW.
So I'm looking at this right now. It looks like, okay, can you get us a view of the location so we can know what's going on, Chris? Okay. And let's try to see if we can figure out where he's headed. There's something going on right there. Yeah, he's on chase, Okay. Now, yeah, he just turned the corner. So I think what you see here and what's really important to understand is in order to do analysis like this and basically respond quickly, we need to always have the most up-to-date imagery and data available at our fingertips. If we don't have that, for all intents and purposes, we're blind. And fortunately, in this particular case, and in many cases, we already have a lot of high-resolution and more specifically high-fidelity geospatial content for this city and many other cities. With this, we now have the ability to quickly stream very large volumes of not only 2D data, but also 3D data, thanks to the powerful GPU-based capabilities of the system. This gives us location intelligence for this particular area so that we can make the right decisions, and that's very important. So in this particular case, police could now determine where to set up roadblocks to stop anyone moving from the scene, or an incident command center so that we can basically bring more people in, set up a response team, and ultimately take action.
All right, so in this phase, we're relying on the HxGN content program, which offers extensive sets of aerial imagery, elevation data, and 3D models across much of the world. And this data is easily integrated into GIS and enterprise systems such as HxDR, our cloud-based storage, visualization, and collaboration platform. We can really transform the way organizations are dealing with 3D data. This is also empowered somewhat by our Luciad technology, which is one of the best-in-class virtualization engines. All right?
Hey team, I've been monitoring the citywide camera feeds. It looks like our suspect has exited his vehicle and is running towards a residential area.
Hey Milan, can we get a street level view of the neighborhood?
Yeah, let me check, Kaylin. I think we have something actually even better than that. We have, as it looks like here, we have some 3D surveillance, which is quite unique because it covers and combines sensor data together with change detection. It analyzes all that data and gives us an ability to understand a threat. What this provides is real-time dynamic views of what's happening at the specific situation. And it looks like we've detected an unknown person moving through this particular property, and now we're tracking that individual. So as you could see here, that individual is currently on the move, and we have the ability to track where that individual is going, thereby giving us the tools to respond more quickly.
Hey, Chris, let's pull up those cameras again. It's really important that we get those into the shared situational awareness from the collaboration space, including all the feeds from all the assets throughout the city.
Units responding, be advised, suspect's moving from the back of the building to the side. He's now attempting to hide behind a block wall. 5021, looks like you're gonna be first on scene. There's no weapon in sight, but units, use caution as you're approaching.
We are 1048, suspect detained.
Nice.
Now that is better than Hollywood, right?
All right, so here we relied on 3D surveillance capabilities from HxGN's Leica BLK247 and our Accurate Vision product. The BLK247 combines LiDAR, video, and thermal imaging sensors with AI and edge computing for real-time 3D change detection. And then with Accurate Vision, we secure entire areas, not just the perimeter, be able to track the location, the size, and the speed and trajectory of an intruder within a defined space.
Caitlin, what's the status on that power pole?
Yeah. Let me check HxGN Connect. So it looks like the electric utility has been working on a partial plan to restore power. In the control room, the operators have isolated the outage for safety reasons. And it looks like they use the HxGN network model to find the closest switches, both upstream and downstream from the scene of the accident. It looks like they've already dispatched a crew to open those switches. So when the switches are opened, they'll be able to restore power to the upstream customers, then assess the adjacent feeder to see if there's enough power for the downstream customers. All these activities help restore power temporarily while they work to repair the damaged infrastructure.
So does that mean they can repair it quickly?
Well, let's see, Jeremy. It does look like the crews have identified the assets that do in fact need to be repaired, but that's just one step. They also need to verify that they have the very specific parts in stock in order to fix the problem. Let me just take a break. I think it's important to know that in any connected digital city, it's very important to bridge all of the various departmental silos together. It's not only necessary to see what's happening, we also need to be able to work proactively and not be reactive to a situation so that things can get back to normal as quickly as possible, as you've seen here. Now, now that they're creating a work order in this particular use case and scenario, that helps them dispatch folks and basically get people on site to fix the assets and complete their jobs. It's important to note that by combining geospatial asset management together with enterprise asset management, the utility company can now see what's damaged, where it's located, and ultimately create a work order to fix the problem, all done very seamlessly because these systems are highly integrated and connected.
Okay, so we now have a utility issue, and so to resolve that kind of issue, we used HxGN in-service, HxGN Networks, and HxGN EAM. With our in-service outage management product, we isolated the problem and had the power rerouted to maximize the restoration process. With HxGN Networks, it's our geospatial asset management system, and it helps us maintain the digital twin of the network with information about all the assets and their specific locations. And then we showed the power of its integration with EAM by adding asset management to include asset planning, analysis, and more importantly, mobile workforce management, really everything you need to get the job done. All right, team, well done. Police caught the suspect, utility crews took care of the outage, and more importantly, we rescued George Clooney. Not bad for a day's work, guys. Thank you. So look, today we wanted to lean in to the idea of interrupting the status quo. We wanted to show you firsthand how organizations can manage change as long as they have the right technologies and, more importantly, the right processes in place. While the scenario we showed today was completely fictional, the technologies are very real. As Burkhart said yesterday, right here and right now. So they're here at HxGN Live. Make sure you go by the zone and get a demonstration of one, or go to some of the summits and see the products in action or some stories about people that are using them. I might also encourage each of you to think about your current tech stack. You probably saw some HxGN technologies that you're very familiar with or probably used in your organization today, but others may not be. And so maybe we've given you an opportunity to think about a new way to solve an old problem. And that's really what this week is all about and what we want it to be, right? Because change is inevitable, disruption may be unavoidable, but with what we do together, failure can never be an option. We use the word digital transformation a lot, and for good reason. It's because it works, and we want innovation to help you disrupt your next disruption. And we want to be here along that journey with you, and that's what HxGN wants to be your partner for. In fact, I believe we could even stop the Oceans crew from pulling a fast heist in this town or anywhere else.
Are you sure about that? In this town, your luck can change that quickly.
Hey, we don't gamble when it comes to safety and security.
It's not gambling when you know you're going to win.
Exactly. But you know what? With our systems, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, buddy.
This town has more cameras than London during the coronation.
Well, you know what they say, never bet against HxGN, because the house always wins. Thank you, everyone.
Good job.
Yep, good deal. George will be around for pictures if you'd like some.